Hola amigos, Mamo D16, and welcome to the newest episode of the Pokemon Violet Let's Play. In the last episode, we completed the Starfall Street storyline. But now, let's take a little break from that. And take some history classes. It's time we actually do some schoolwork. Maybe learn some more lore. Oh, I see you have some new students here with us today. My name is Ryford. I will be the one to impart knowledge of the past to your little minds. History is a wonderful thing, truly splendid. The lives of our ancestors throughout history forged the path to the present in which we live. Apparently one of my cousins... apparently some of my cousins canonically became champions of other regions. Today, you shall learn about the most mysterious location of all of Paldea, the Great Crater. As you are all aware, a massive crater known as the Great Crater of Paldea exists in the heart of our region. The area inside this crater is called Area Zero, and research of its geological strata and material composition has shown that the crater is in fact over 1 million years old. It was long believed that a certain something rested at the bottom of this mysterious crater. Oh, that's a hint toward the third legendary. Interesting. Aha! Perfect timing to make eye contact, young D16. Answer me this. What exactly was believed to rest in the depths of the Great Crater? Treasure. That is correct. You're a surprisingly clever one, aren't you? I see you did your homework prior to coming to my class. I have not done a single homework assignment the entire year. That's right. Some believe that a treasure more valuable than anything else in this world rested in the depths of the Great Crater. Oh, look at Laventon in the background. He's gotta be dead by now. Considering he lived so long ago. So much for dreams of treasure hunting though, as a lab has been built in those very same depths. Oh, and before I forget, you would all do well to remember the Great Crater and Area Zero are both off limits to all but those who have official business there. Do not dare entertain the foolish notion of gallivanting off to Area Zero in search of riches. Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. I have my fingers crossed behind my back. It is no place for children dreaming of adventure and treasure. Besides, if it were at all possible to investigate the area, I would surely be the first to do so. Is that the time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history's enigmas together next time. Let's keep taking history lessons. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now part of history. Today we will continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. About 2,000 years ago, this region came under the rule of the Paldean Empire. Interesting. Historical accounts describe the Chaldean emperor as being quite the dictator. This emperor also zealously believed the legend of the treasure that rests deep in Area Zero. I must mention that the civilizations of our ancestors were not so developed as ours is today. People back then were far more likely to believe in mysterious legends, magic, and beings beyond human comprehension. In an attempt to gain the power to stand against Paldea's neighboring countries, the Emperor sent people in droves to join the hunt for the fabled treasure of Area Zero. Aha! Perfect timing to make eye contact, young D16. Please answer me this. Approximately how many years ago was it? 2000. That is correct. I see you're listening intently to my lecture. The answer is about 2,000 years ago. That is when the great era of exploration began. However, it is said that not a single adventurer sent out by the Emperor ever reached the depths of Area Zero. Was it the punishing journey itself that barred their way? Or perhaps some unknown creature? Third legendary? The resounding failure of this great era of exploration almost certainly heightened the air of mystery surrounding the crater. Oh, what I wouldn't give to explore Area Zero in its untouched state at that time. I suppose I can only hope for the swift invention of a time machine. Oh, is that the time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history's enigmas together next time. Oh, she's gonna love that my bloodline's canonically tied to world history. Within D16CU. No! Why would I want to learn math? Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday, it is now a part of history. Today we'll continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. As you should remember from our last class, Area Zero's great era of exploration began about 2,000 years ago. This era lasted for approximately 1,000 years, but not a single soul was able to venture all the way to the deepest the deepest reaches of Area Zero. I cannot speak right now. Having poured much of its human and financial resources into the exploration of Area Zero for so long, the Chaldean Empire fell into decline. 200 years later, or 800 years ago, the Empire and its surrounding nations united into one entity. This was the formation of Chaldea as we know it today. Ah yes, this very academy where you're now filling your young minds with knowledge was also apparently established at that time. In fact, this school building, though certainly having undergone repairs throughout the years, is just as it was when it was built so long ago. This very structure is a piece of history. Ah, things of old are truly splendid. I would certainly prefer to not have the Pokeball potion, though a relatively new addition. Perfect time to make eye contact once again. Let's see if you've been listening. Approximately how many years ago was this academy of ours established? About 800 years ago. Correct! I can see the look of concentration on your face was indeed just that. I hate nothing more than when a student only pretends to listen. This academy was constructed exactly 805 years ago, to be precise. canonically 1218 or 1217. In other words, your academy here is 805 years old. At the time, it offered state-of-the-art facilities and uniquely innovative curriculum. As such, people used to say, those seeking knowledge need look no further than the grapes of Paldea. That's right, they were referring to Uva Academy. It is said that this proverb of sorts was even used outside the Paldea region. Is that the time already? Alright, midterm? Oh man, I didn't study for the midterm. Oh crap. No. I want to take my midterm. Oh man. I didn't study. Here goes nothing. It's time for the midterm. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your minds and answer the questions. Great Crater. Treasure. No! 805. Knowledge. I misclicked! Your time is up. Put your writing utensils down. That last question was a freebie. Even the least capable of you surely padded your score there. I sincerely hope you did anyway. I hope my score didn't tank too much. And ask for your scores at the school's front desk. Oh man. Four out of 5! And even then, only because I misclicked. I have 5 XP candies small. Alright, history 4. I don't need to do the intro every time. And I'm not doing this in Scarlet. I was hoping to continue unraveling the marvels that history has presented to us today. However, I imagine your ability to concentrate has been spectacularly derailed by my midterm. I suppose changing things up for fun and variety may be a good idea every now and then. So allow me to tell you an old fairy tale that has been passed down in Paldea for generations. Once upon a time, there was a king who very much enjoyed collecting treasure. He was particularly fond of treasures from other countries. One day a merchant from the east heard rumors of this king and came to meet him. A China-inspired region? The merchant laid out 4 treasures in front of the treasure-loving king. The 4 treasures were as follows: a vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. Seeing such rarities before him, the king leaped for joy. He showered the merchant with gold coins and claimed all 4 of the treasures for himself. Wooden planks. These particular tablets were wooden and used as a writing medium in the East in ancient times. As you may know, they fell out of popular use as paper became more universally available. For the king to consider these paper substitutes treasures, they must have been of superb quality. That, or perhaps they had some amazingly profound teachings written on them. So the king obtained these 4 treasures, and on that very night, it is said that a terrible disaster rained down upon his castle, reducing it to rubble by dawn. The Ruinous Quartet! I wasn't done with my story, but alas, so ends today's lesson. Oh, outside of class. She should be... I have to talk to the front desk lady, don't I? No. That keeps happening. I want to learn the lore of the region. No. Uh, 200 years ago, a group of explorers claimed to have finally reached its depths. The name of the team that achieved this great feat was the Area Zero Expedition. The team is said to have been made from Paldea's best and brightest. Skilled battlers, brilliant researchers, talented individuals of all kinds. Among the list of team members was the name of a man who was an author and brilliant natural historian, Heath. Upon returning from his expedition to Area Zero, he used his literary talent to record the events of the expedition and publish them. The Violet Book. At the time, the entire region was absolutely buzzing about Area Zero. The Violet Book was so popular that practically everyone had a copy. However, the book itself was full of fantastical descriptions and illustrations of things that could never be thought of as real. I mean, I've seen one of the illustrations in real life. The masses began to call Heath a liar. Even the truth of the expedition making it to the bottom of the crater was called into question. The Violet Book was condemned to the shelves of used bookstores as just another book of wild paranormal stories. There's a copy on one of the bookshelves on the ground floor of the entrance hall. Alright, where do I find right for outside of class? The staff room. Yes, D16 from Class 1A. The way you conduct yourself in my class and the answers you give to my questions, I admit they pique my interest. You are quite the interesting pupil, I must say. Tell me, given a choice, which do you prefer? Things of old or things that are new? Boy. To keep with the theme of the game and the theme of the Violet Book, I'll say new. Sorry. You would answer new stuff to me? Your history teacher? Ha! You really are a curious one. Yes, this may indeed be of good use to me someday. Ah, you can disregard that. I was simply thinking out loud. And now, we can go to the entrance hall to have another conversation with her. Why, if it isn't D16 from Class 1A, are you perhaps interested in the rest of the old tale I told you in class? Yeah. It is convenient that you would take the bait I presented in class. A vessel, Ting Lu, a sword, Chen Pao, a set of tablets, Wo Qian, and a set of beads, Qi Yu. After obtaining these 4 treasures, the king's castle was destroyed. Why, you ask? Because the 4 treasures were actually 4 Pokémon. As these Pokémon were passed from human hand to human hand as treasures, they slowly became tainted by hubris and greed. Finally, after coming in contact with the rapacity of the king at that time, they awakened as disasters and began to rampage out of control. The king called for renowned Pokémon wielders to defend the country, and after a fierce battle, these incarnations of disaster were quelled. It is said that these 4 Pokémon were then sealed away somewhere in Paldea. Do the stakes have anything to do with those 4 Pokémon? Very astute of you. I have read many historical disaster reports, personal journals, and the like. There's so much to support the truth of this story. If I'm able to prove the story's veracity myself, I will be sure to let you know. Okay, I have to keep taking history classes. Today is our last class, so I'd like to unravel the marvels that history has presented us one last time. In our last class, I taught you about the Area Zero expedition of 200 years ago, correct? Alas, 200 years is not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. How unfortunate that our history lessons must march so inexorably toward the future. Would it not be more of an adventure to march toward the past instead? To start from our present and study history in reverse? That might be hard to follow. Indeed, it may be difficult to understand the flow of events, how one thing leads to another, if we were to trace history in reverse. I suppose I have no choice but to let the flow of time carry us toward the future. I like Miss Rightford. In this last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with the history of the terrestrial phenomenon. The technology behind Terra Orbs has its origins in Area Zero. Even after the Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, others continued to explore the area. And around 140 years ago, Pokémon cloaked in a mysterious light were discovered there. As you might have already guessed, these were in fact terrestrialized Pokémon. However, when those who discovered these Pokémon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded, and the terrestrial phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well be present day. A certain someone you have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. What is the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? Was it Turo? Arvin's deadbeat dad? Correct! Think that you, a new transfer to our academy, could correctly answer this question. You must be very diligent in your studies. Approximately 10 years ago, Professor named Turo unraveled the mystery of the terrestrial phenomenon. He discovered that the shine crystals down in Area Zero, rather the energy they emit, is what causes Pokemon to terastallize. This led the Pokemon to invent Terra Orb technology and to develop a practical use for it. It was then shared with both the League and our academy. Director Clavel was one of the researchers on the professor's team. Interesting. Alas, this story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. Modern history truly is dull, isn't it? Next section will be the finals. Interesting. Sorry the camera cut out. I would like to take the history final. Class will begin soon. Whoa, battery's getting low. Area 0, 805, a folding fan, Heath, 10 years ago. You must excuse that last question. It is too shallow and ridiculous to be on a history test, but alas, the director forced me to include it. So ends our final exam. You may ask your scores at the school's front desk. Okay, this time there were no misclicks. Five out of 5. Let's go. 5 medium candies. And now let's wrap up the episode by talking to Ryford again. D16, the time has come. The cursed treasures, the 4 Pokemon of Ruin, they exist. And I stumbled upon the truth in the newspaper of all places. Ha! In an interview piece with a carpenter, no less. The Pokemon wielders apparently use sacred stakes to seal these treasures of ruin in shrines. Uh-oh. I keep pulling out these stakes. There's a separate shrine for each of the 4 Pokemon, and 8 stakes driven into the ground in the areas surrounding each shrine keep the power of ruin at bay. In other words, if all of the stakes for a given shrine were to be removed, it would release the Pokemon held inside. Don't you think it would be nice to free those Pokemon from the confines of their tiny little shrines? I'm just gonna say yes, because I've already been doing that. A kind soul, I see. You are proving truly useful. According to a descendant of the Pokemon wielders in the story, you must have a bond with Pokemon in order to remove the stakes. I'm sure someone as Pokemon savvy as yourself would have no trouble at all with that. You can choose for yourself whether to believe you or not, but I will mark the locations of these shrines on your map. I'd rather go myself, of course, but skipping on my classes to go adventuring seems to have made the director a little suspicious of me. You can think of it as part of your treasure hunt. Treasures of ruin are still treasures after all. I hope you will investigate these shrines if you are at all inclined to do so. Grass Wither, Ice Rend, Ground Blight, and Fire Scourge. Oh my god. Well, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell, comment below, and follow me on my socials, link in the description. And I'll see you in the next video. Adios.